morning and happy spring break. It is Monday, March 14th, and joining me as always on 5 Minute Mondays is Institute for Urban Policy Research Director, Dr. Timothy Bray. Can you bring up the dashboard, Dr. Bray?
Absolutely, Dani. All right, as you can see, we have continued relatively good news. Now, our new cases are up a bit in the last few days, but that's potentially an anomaly. As you can see from our trend, and let's bring that trend, we are still largely down. We were down to a very low number 7 days ago, which is why even the slightest increase gives us a relatively large percentage increase. Active cases remain down almost 10% from a week ago, and deaths remain down as well, almost 20%. So you have to remember when we start to reach low levels, almost any variation begins to look like a big change. So let's see what those actual numbers are. All right, so here is our trends for the state of Texas, and you can see in the bottom right panel our new cases by date. And so clearly we bottomed out somewhere around the first week of March. Now we're up a little bit and then plateauing again, and that's kind of what we're seeing locally in our numbers here in Dallas County. Let's zoom in. Sure enough, we bottomed out again March 8th, March 6th, 7th, 8th. And we see these numbers start to come up a little bit. So it's way too early to say that there's an increase. This is simply what, when we get small enough numbers, begins to look like just variation, random variation or fluctuation. So still, generally speaking, we are in a good space, but we need to continue to be vigilant, especially as people are coming and going from spring break and beginning to see family they haven't seen in a while. We have to remember to be careful.
Thanks, Dr. Bray. And I know some of my friends are talking about new variants and and being nervous and everything. And I'm hoping you can, maybe if it's true, calm our minds a little bit and just let us know, is there any new variants on the horizon? Are they something to be concerned about?
Yeah, so here's the deal, Dani. As long as this virus is alive and circulating in the community at any level, there will be new variants. And it's I'm going to say this sparingly. It's not something that we should be afraid of. For the most part, we've had many more variants than we've talked about, because a lot of the variants that happen aren't very different from the original. Every now and then we have what the CDC or the World Health Organization call a variant of concern or a variant under monitoring. These are variants like Omicron, right? Omicron was much more contagious than previous variants. These are variants that sort of bring our attention because of something anomalous or out of the ordinary with them. As of right now, the CDC continues to monitor all sorts of variants. There's nothing really on the horizon yet that is saying this is something we should be paying particular attention to.
Well, thank you, Dr. Bray. As always, we will see you next week.
Thanks, Dani.